Hello. So today we're going to talk about 10 different things, and that is, questions about some things men would like to know about women. I guess our input, how we think about them. Um, there's 10 questions, and I just found these online. I was like, let's just go ahead and answer these, you know, from my opinion, as to how I think. All women are different. Not all women are crazy and talk all the time and, all that stuff. So, this is just my personal opinion. What I like. So the first one is, uh, that goes right to it. Turn-ons. A turn on for me would be, this isn't just really sexually, it doesn't have to be sexual, but we can talk about that as well. Turn on is when a man takes charge. I know a lot of women, they talk about being independent, and things of that nature, but it's always nice when a man still takes charge, as far as, everyday life, like, hey, instead of asking, hey, what do you want to do? Just do something for her. Do something nice. You don't have to always spend money, but, you know, um, clean the kitchen. If you see there's dishes, do that. It's a turn on. It's a turn on when you don't have to always speak your mind to a man. Yes, we love to be opinionated. But at least I do. I'm very opinionated. I believe communication is really huge, which actually that's actually another question. It says, what is the most important thing you think a man should remember in a relationship? Communication. Communication, communication, communication. I will say it a million times. If you don't have communication in a relationship, you don't have anything. Um, and it's it's the key to any sort of relationship, even if it's not an intimate relationship. Good communication, and a lot of people don't like to explain themselves, and like, don't look at it that way. Don't look at it like you're explaining yourself. Look at it like you need to communicate with this person and tell them exactly what you're thinking. Reword it if you have to, a different form. Read, like, just be careful of how you word things sometimes and the tone you use, and that goes for women too, not just men, because everyone's different, and the way I say something to someone, they could say the exact same words and different tones in a different way, and I could take it totally differently than if they would have said it to me the way I would have said it to them. Anyways, so communication is key. Um, Speak your mind. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't ever be afraid to speak your mind to your girlfriend, your wife, whoever you're seeing. Don't ever be afraid of that. That's really, I think I'm going to try to speak for all women when I say women. That's what we really want, is a man who can just tell us what's on his mind. And I know men are very different and more laid back in that aspect. That now women are very intuitive. There are times when you don't have to speak your mind, and we understand what you're saying, or what you're thinking. But ultimately, we would love it if you would speak your mind. At least that's how I am. I'm pretty cool. I'm pretty laid back. I'm not the type that if you speak your mind to me, I'm like, well, why would you say that, or why would you think something like that? Now, if I did say, why would you think something like that, it's because I'm trying to understand you and your train of thoughts. So that's why communication is so big, because you don't always know what each other is thinking. And you have to communicate. You're two different beings, two different souls, and you might be one soul together, soulmate. I really don't know if I believe in a soulmate, but I believe two souls can get to know each other. Two people can get to know each other and work on things and cater to each other's needs and make compromises. So to me, that's the most important thing in a relationship: communication. And you do have to have compromise. If you don't have compromise and it's all give, 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 take, 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 it's not going to work. And you have to learn to listen. If you feel like your girlfriend isn't listening to you, tell her that. Tell her, tell her in a way, say, hey, babe, you know what? I feel like you don't always listen to me. I would appreciate it if you would just, sit down for a minute, listen to what I'm saying, and really, and let her know and force that, you feel like, don't say you're not, say, I feel like you don't listen to me when I speak to you. Especially if you're the type of man who does like to communicate, which I've never met a man who likes to communicate, but a good man will want to communicate with his woman if he truly cares for her. And a good woman will want to listen to her man. So that's that. That was 2 questions. Um, turn off a man who doesn't want to listen. uh No, a turn off would be, well, yeah, not just not listening, but ignoring, being ignored. Like if your woman is trying to talk to you, girl, if you're a boy, woman, if you're a man, hopefully you're a man. If your woman is trying to talk to you and you deliberately do not want to listen to her, you don't want to listen to what she has to say, that's a big turn off. Because it shows her that you don't care enough about her to want to listen to what she has to say. Even if you think she's nagging, just listen to it. Because it's obviously something that's important enough to her for her to voice it to you. So, just listen. Listen. Another turn off. Oh, let me tell you another turn on. When you open a door for a woman, whether it be her car door or if you're going into a store or coming out of somewhere, open the door for her. It shows you respect her as a woman and you cherish her enough to want to open that door for her and be a protector. It's a protecting thing, and if there's a woman that says, oh, don't open the door for me, I'm independent, I don't need that, you tell her why you're doing it. And I don't know, this doesn't go back to being old fashioned and a woman has her place and a man has his place. It's not that. It's about being respectful of each other. And it's just like, being in a relationship. Say you're going into a store and your man's carrying everything. He's not going to be able to get the door. So you open the door for him. It goes both ways. But if you don't have anything in your hands, help her. It's okay to help her. And it's okay for you to tell her you want to help her and be a man for her. Tell her that. Let her know why you do those things if she's not comfortable with it. Because, the generations that are being raised now are not really being raised that way. And it kind of is an old, tradition to open doors for a woman or pull out her chair, something like that. But women still love it. We still love it. It's a turn on. Because if you do that, like you open my door and you're being a gentleman, that lets me know you respect me and I'm going to want to give you some. So, it's a turn on. It really is a turn on. I have a lot of, turn-ons like that, but I'm not going to go into all of them. First thing you notice about a man. The first thing I notice about a man is how he carries himself. You don't want a man that's all like slumping over and, dragging himself or, sagging his pants. Your pants were not meant to be worn around your ass or even around your thighs. I've seen that. Or even your knees. That's horrible. That's okay. That's another turn off. But that's the first thing I noticed. How he carries himself. How a man carries himself. And I'm sure men notice that about a woman. You don't want a woman that's looking all sloppy and, stuff like that. No, I have my, this isn't sloppy. This is like, hey, I'm home. I'm wearing this dress. It's comfortable. But, you don't want a woman that looks sloppy. And a woman doesn't want a man who looks sloppy. So, pick yourself up, stand straight, sit nice. Don't be sitting all with your dick hanging out and, stuff like that. I know men adjust themselves. I mean, I guess y'all can't really help that. Of course, not all men adjust themselves in public. Some men go to the bathroom to do it if they're a gentleman. Um, so, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, your presence, you know, if you're a gentleman, like if a man's going into a store and I see him open the door for a woman he doesn't even know, that's another thing. Like, just because she's not your woman doesn't mean you don't open the door for her. Like, if you see a woman going into a store, open the door for her. Just do it out of respect, especially if she's an older, woman. It's just a respect thing. So, okay, let's see. Do we find other women attractive? I am not a lesbian. I don't find women attractive in that way. I think other women are beautiful. I do look at other women, but I don't look at them sexually. And another thing, just because a woman is a lesbian, if she happens to be, does not mean she likes all women. Everybody has a type. So just because you hear a woman is a lesbian doesn't mean she's looking at, all other women. It's just like you're a man attracted to a woman, you have a type. You don't look at all women, and if you do, that means you're a womanizer and you need to check yourself. So get that under control, But everybody has a type. So, but I look at other women's beauty and how they carry themselves, and if they're, upkept, and, sometimes you see a woman who's kind of frumpy and you're like, hey, you know what, she's comfortable like that, she's comfortable. Or maybe she feels bad about herself and she doesn't know how to take care of herself. So, but no, I don't find other women attractive. Though I do look at other women, but not in a sexual way. So that answers that question. Let's see. What do women like about men? Hmm. We like what I like about a man is the men that I like are very cool, like calm. Cool, calm, collected. Um, it all goes back to how you carry yourself and your presence. Like, if a man walks into the room and he owns it, like this is my shit. Like, this is who I am. He's comfortable with himself. Um, we like that. We like a man who's very confident, not cocky, but confident. Not arrogant, but confident. There's a big difference. Being confident in who you are plays a major part in your personality. Being arrogant means you have a small dick. That's exactly what it means. And you're trying to overcompensate for what you don't have. So you're being arrogant. Being cocky is like, yeah, I got a big dick, and you're going to do what I want because I said so. Being confident is like, you don't care what you have. You're a good man. You have your head on your shoulders, and that's who you are. You don't care what other people think, but you're not rebellious. Like there's a difference. There's definitely a fine line though. So that's what I like about a man. I also like that men are protectors. A woman, I can take care of myself if I have to, but I like that men are protectors, and that just like there's a woman's intuition, not tuition, intuition, there's also, men have that natural feel of being a protector. I like that because it lets me know that if I'm with someone, I'm going to be protected. Now, if they can follow through on that or not, now that's a different subject. But if you believe that you can protect your woman and you show that confidence, she's going to like that about you. Fake orgasms. Okay. How often do women fake orgasms? I'll admit I've done it. Like, I've done it. I think all women have. Um, I mean, not often. You know, if you meet somebody that you're really attracted to each other, um, and you have good chemistry, good sexual chemistry. First, you gotta have good spiritual and mental chemistry. You know, you gotta be on the same wavelength. At least for me, like you can have sex with anybody, but if you don't have the mental and spiritual chemistry as well, it's not gonna be good. So I don't fake a lot of orgasms because I'm pretty happy with who I'm with. Um, I think the only time I really have is like if it's late and I'm already tired. I'm just like, I gotta go to work in the morning and just get it over with. But that's like once in a blue moon. So that's faking orgasms. Now, if you're with a girl who you think she fakes it all the time, then she's really not that into you, and she's just killing time, or she's got some issues that she needs to work through. So, okay, what's another one? Penis size. What's too big? What's too small? um, what's too big? I mean, I don't know. Every woman is different. Uh, too small. I'm gonna have to say, for me, I don't want anything under like 6. That's a no go. No, no. And I don't want anything over 9. That's kind of big. But that's just me. Um, so yeah. But every woman's different. You may get a woman that says 7 is too small, or 8 is too, even 9 is too small, and they're willing to go up to like 13, or they may say, oh, my minimum is 4.5. You never know. So I'm like average to like right above average is what I like. So, because technically 6 inches is average. Let's see. What is something all women know to be true, but most men do not? Mm, kind of a hard one. That's something all women know to be true, but most men do not. Mm, the world does not revolve around you. That's that one. That answers that. Ah. Oh, what is the main difference between men and women? The main difference is men have a penis and women have a vagina. And that's it. I believe that was all the orgasm. All of the questions. Sorry, I was reading that as I was saying it. That's funny. That's funny. So yeah, that's all the questions. If you have any other questions, I'll be happy to answer them for you. Even if they're just stupid, silly, or whatever. And I'll try not to take as long, but this is the first 10 that I've answered. The next ones I'll try to answer a little bit faster. Um, but yeah. So thank you for watching. Uh, Leah Miranda. I am Latina. That's one thing I like about myself. Nah. And I think communication, cherish the woman you're with, and don't lie. Because no matter how good of a liar you think you are not. Women always know. We will always find out, some way or another. The women's intuition thing is not a joke. It is very real. I will say that. So if you think she knows, she does. She knows. She's just waiting for you to slip up and say something. And eventually, you will. And if you don't, she's going to find out and she's going to see it for herself. So always be honest. And another thing, if you feel like you want to cheat on someone, you don't need to be with that person. It doesn't matter how much history you have together. If you get to the point in your relationship where you want to cheat, either make the decision that you're not going to cheat. Let her know. Say, hey, this is how I've been feeling. Maybe you're feeling neglected, or there's something she's not doing. She's not listening to you, or maybe she's not. She doesn't experiment enough. Sexually. Some women don't know how to do that. They're not comfortable with themselves enough to experiment sexually, and you need to voice your opinions. Again, communication. Communication is so big. So, no, you're not a good liar. Don't think she's stupid because she knows. She knows what you're up to. If she doesn't know, her homegirl knows and she's going to tell her anyways. So, communication and don't lie. And if you feel like you're going to cheat, you really want to cheat, go cheat. But break up. Doesn't matter. I mean, even if you're married, like, I think it's so stupid how people, they say, oh, I just cheated one time. I was feeling neglected and this and that. Before you go cheat, try to work it out with your spouse. Try to work it out with whoever you're with before you go cheat, and even then say, hey, you know what, I'm going to go cheat because I want to and I don't like you anymore. Well, then do that and see what they say and say, okay, well, I want to go cheat too. But anyway, so that's my opinion. Happy 2017.